All right, Leo, this was really unique to me in the way that this came out, and there are a couple of different ways to look at this. But what I will say is that for the majority of you, what I feel like here is like you literally shut your light off to what you love or to someone in particular. And it's like the message here is really about you getting back into the best version of yourself and being able to let go of some things. That, or it's, you need to get back into harmony with yourself in order to, find what you love or who you love, right? So the Queen of the Light, now this did show up as a challenge for you. The first thing that it talks about is you are shutting your light off due to fear of rejection or fear of failure. The other part of this is shining like a false light. Like it's almost like not being authentic to yourself. You're being something that you're not, and you're shining that outward in order to attract something that's going to make things better for you. But then the message there is that nothing lasts forever. So it's really about being clear with your intentions in terms of what it is that you're showing of yourself in order to attract something in particular, and that something has to do with love. But like I said, for a lot of you, there is this feeling of, and this is because of love. The message with love is saying that it's time for you to be able to give and receive that. But you might have to forgive someone, or it talks about overcoming issues from the past where there may have been disappointments. It's like, I am no longer giving you the best of myself. That's what I want to say. If this is about you and someone in particular, it's like you're shutting yourself off from them right now. And it's really a question of, if there is love there, can you let it go? Can you come back to that place where your heart is open, right? Now, for others of you, it's going to be about you not feeling like yourself. And that's because you need to have, a love, right? And that could be a love for anything. Like, I need to have love for my career again. Or, I want to have love for this person again. All right, Leo, here we go. Here's your overall, the Five of Wands. All right. So, competition, struggles, petty arguments, disagreements. Now, if this is about your career, it may be that you're having to fight for a certain position. For others of you, if this has to do with people in your life, there's just a lot of pettiness going on right now. That, or it could just be that you and the person that you are with are not seeing things the same way. There's like little understanding here. And it's about getting past this now. And if it is about competition, it's about you rising above the rest, right? Now, in the past, the Page of Swords. Gotcha. All right, so the Page of Swords being the past, you may have gotten some information that you didn't exactly want to hear. And this may be causing some problems. That, or you're dealing with a person here who is not giving you any straight up answers. And they may be manipulating information. But there is a need to gain some understanding on a situation, but you may be dealing with one person in particular or a group of people who are being really combative. But typically here, the Page of Swords is going to be about getting some difficult news that you don't want to hear. Oh boy. All right, so the King of Swords being in the present moment. Now, if this is the person that you're dealing with, unfortunately, with the Page of Swords and the Five of Wands, it doesn't look like, this person is very nice in terms of what they say or what they communicate. Now, this could be a simple misunderstanding, though, and this could also represent somebody that you're going to get clarity, right? We typically look at the King of Swords as somebody who makes decisions not based out of emotions, but is also somebody who will give you, direct, clear, concise answers. So this may be seeking counsel, You know, and then I also look at this as like somebody who's researching the facts. Now that could be you, and you may be dealing with somebody here who just is not seeing the truth of a situation. That may be where, you know, the argument is coming through. And again, male, female, possibly air sign here. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on with this King of Swords. Okay, and that makes sense to me. So, Temperance being in future conditions, Leo, it looks like you are trying to not be complacent, but this is not something that you want to get caught up in. This may be somebody else's drama. And you may be trying to, like, get somebody to see reason and clarity. But, you know, you can't force somebody to see the truth, right? But I look at Temperance as you in future conditions going, I don't want this. I don't want this to be a part of my life. Like, I feel like you're going into meditation going, fuck off, fuck you. I'm not dealing with this, right? Now, to be fair, though, with Temperance showing up, yeah, there is a need for there to be harmony and balance in this situation. But you can't be a people pleaser. That's the other thing that I want to say. You know, you're not going to be able to make everything peaceful for everyone. You know, and I'm not, let me slow down here. I'm not saying that you shouldn't try. But again, you can't force somebody to see the truth. And I think that that is part of the problem here. Your best path to follow, the Five of Cups. Whatever disappointment there may have been in someone, in the way that they have behaved or the way that they may have communicated, you have to let it go. And again, I go back to love, right? This is something that you have to release for you. Not for the benefit of others, but for you. But I'm looking at this going, yeah, I can understand, right? Like if somebody is not working with you, but they're working against you, it's like, I'm tired, I'm disappointed, I give up. You know, here's what's been lost in this situation because of somebody acting like an idiot. And I don't feel like it's you. But yeah, I would say with the Five of Cups here, these are the things that we need to let go if we're going to get back into better partnerships. You know, again, with either a group of people or someone in particular. Holy shit. Wow. All right. Death being in your environment, the immediate feeling that I got off of this with the King of Swords is like, if this is you and you're coming from this place, it's always interesting to me when it's the King of Swords that shows up in difficult situations rather than the Queen. Because the Queen's energy I can understand. I'm done fucking playing games with you. I've had enough. This is, I'm going to research the facts and I'm going to give it to you. But, you know, what is the saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. There we go. It's the same thing with the truth. Some people just don't want to accept the truth. And I feel like for you, you have had to cut off your emotions and say enough is enough. This is not a situation that you want to deal with again. With death, it's like this could be like the final nail in the coffin for you when it comes to someone in particular. Especially if they have continuously been like letting you down over and over again. Now, on the other hand, though, this may be the news that you didn't want to hear from somebody, and it may be the truth that you are having to accept, to be fair. You know, and I really feel like with Temperance here, we need harmony and balance in the situation, but we can't ever have this happen again. These conversations cannot come up again. But it may be that, you know, somebody is saying that it's over with. That, or at least things need to change. But I always look at this death and I think we're still mourning the loss, right? Something has been lost in this situation. And what I worry about here, Leo, is that you don't think that it could ever be repaired. Wow. Wow. Your hopes and your fears, the Queen of Wands, that is you, okay? And I don't care if you're male or female, that is you. Okay, I work with the Queen of Wands. I know what she's like. And I feel like this is you hoping to get back into your power, but in a way where you can handle this situation and take back control, and not in an emperor we need order type of way, but I can manage this. Now, this kind of feels unfair to me. If this is about your career, unfortunately, it almost feels like there are sides being taken in the situation. And you're not wrong. Like, I don't feel like, Leo, you've done anything wrong. But unfortunately, it's like dealing with somebody who's cutting it right down the line. Like, that's the last time, right? And for you, it's like, I'm so, like, fed up with this. You know, but you're, like I said, it's like you're, with Temperance, it's like, fuck you, fuck off. Not coming in my space, but coming from, like, an type of place, right? It reminds me of a meditation that I heard once. And it was like, fuck that shit. Don't let that shit into your life, right? You are at peace. Fuck off. Fuck that shit. I loved it. I thought it was great. But that's what I feel like for you. Like you're finally getting to that place where it's like, I'm done with the bullshit, people. No fucking more. But I look at that Queen of Wands and I feel like that's you. Now, this may literally be you saying enough is enough with death and finally letting a situation come to an end with somebody who refuses to see logic and reason. You know, but you need to get back into your power. You need to get back into your power. You need to feel better about yourself. You know, especially with the Queen of Light. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you know, there's a part of Leo that is not able to be themselves right now. Wow. Wow. Oh my God, and then coming out the Wheel of Fortune. Perfect. Perfect. Don't get caught up in what has been lost in this situation, because it's over and it's done with. You know, there are better partnerships, there are better relationships, and with the wheel coming out, this is all coming to an end. You're on the downside of the wheel. So we're not going to repeat this cycle. And you're not the only ones to get this. Things are going to start turning in a much more positive direction. All it requires from you is to be in that meditative place of, fuck that shit. Fuck off. You're not coming in my space. All right. It requires harmony, balance, and self-control in order for things to move forward for you. But this may literally be you going, I'm not staying in this place anymore. I'm moving on. As soon as an opportunity opens up for some of you. And like I said, that could be career. But with the Devil and the Page of Swords, this is fucking like... This is people saying things out of turn. And it becomes a very negative, oppressive situation for you. Your part in this is by being involved with the Five of Wands, which is why I feel like you're moving into Temperance, where you don't want anything to do with it anymore. But this is bad, like really, really bad. And it's so oppressive and negative. And I feel like there's very much this wanting to break free from this. You know, and if you are dealing with somebody who refuses to see the truth, you're tired of explaining yourself or defending yourself even. And then with the Hermit, this is where you're starting to go inward. Like, I'm going to step away from this big time here. Stop being involved with these situations, and I'm really going to look at everything that I've experienced up to this point. This is the deep soul searching. But using what you know from that journey, 1 through 9, and moving forward, what are you going to do different this time? What have you learned from that process, right? And that's where you're coming out with the Chariot, like, boom, fucking gone. I'm gone. And literally, for some of you, it's like, I've had enough of this job. It's so stressful. I've had enough. Here's this opportunity. I'm going to really consider this with the Hermit, and I'm waiting for this to come around. And as soon as it does, you're gone. I'm moving. See you, bye. And this is like what you've been waiting for. But in the meantime, it's like you have to deal with an oppressive situation where you've got other people that are constantly like working against each other, working against you, you know? But look at you, you're getting better, right? This is going to be a major shift in your life, a major ending, and it's going to really suck and it hurts. It's not going to be an easy transition, but as long as you're not focused on what's been lost, then there's no reason why things can't be better here, or seeing like more fortunate opportunities show up for you. But I feel like this is literally the wheel turning in your favor this time. Here's this opportunity, Leo, and you're like, I'm out. I'm gone. And trust. Yeah, you need to trust that there is a purpose for all of this and that your unique gifts will be better placed in a more harmonious environment. That's what I want to say. And I do. I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be switching careers or making a big move here. Now, if this is about somebody that you're dealing with, and unfortunately you're getting bad news, you're disappointed by this person, this is you moving on from this relationship. All right, so let me just say that what I'm getting from this is, Leo, like, let's say you're leaving a job and you're getting ready to start a new career. Distant thunder, be careful about how you leave, right? Like, don't walk out of there going, fuck you, you're okay, and fuck you, right? You don't want to do that. But it may be that, it's going to be time for you to clear the air with someone in particular, because I look at this as a situation that is preventing you from experiencing joy and delight, right? But that's where you're moving to. And maybe now it's time for somebody to hear the absolute truth, right? But just be careful about you and how you handle a situation, especially with the Chariot, because you don't want to have anything that's going to end up throwing you off course.